Well, America's greatest cities, some of the most beautiful cities in the world, increasingly resemble medieval dung heaps. That's not an exaggeration. San Francisco gives up on civilization. What are the risks to your health by going there? They're real. Dr. Mark Siegel tells us what they are just ahead. Even the great cities of the past, from ancient Rome to medieval Florence to Victorian London, were filthy. Their streets were covered with all manner of waste. Cleanliness, both personal and public, is one of the chief markers of modern civilization. The left doesn't like you to say that out loud, but it's absolutely true. Where the left reigns supreme, the standards are very different. In San Francisco, for example, leaders are simply unwilling to keep their civilization going. Chief Breaking News correspondent Trace Gallagher joins us with the latest proof of that.
Tucker, even by San Francisco's almost non-existent standards, this one really struck a nerve. A man walked into a Safeway store in the city's Marina District, went to the toilet paper aisle, grabbed a roll, and defecated all over the floor. The store is in Nancy Pelosi's district, and John Dennis, the GOP candidate running for her congressional seat, wrote, quoting here, "Clean up in aisle 3. Thank you, Nancy Pelosi. I publicly warned in 2018 that if we let people violate our streets, the homeless problem would get worse. The answer? Arrest, then offer a choice, jail or rehab." And a local journalist directed this tweet at the city's mayor, quoting, "London breed, here's a pic of a man on drugs taking a poo in aisle 10 of a Safeway Marina Sunday morning in San Francisco. Why is this okay?" In a recent interview, the mayor admitted public defecation is a major problem. What she failed to mention is the city's political leaders are unwilling to stop it. In fact, the new far-left San Francisco DA, Chesa Boudin, has said he won't prosecute these so-called quality of life crimes. So public defecation kind of goes along with shooting up heroin publicly and burglarizing cars, shops, and homes. Crimes that rarely have consequences. In San Francisco, people call the city's hotline 65 times a day to report piles of human feces. In 2011, there were just over 5,500 reports of human feces on public streets. Last year, it was more than 28,000. And those are just the incidents that got reported. Tucker.
Defecating in a grocery store. If I was running for president, I'd put that image on posters. I mean it, because it tells you everything. Trace Gallagher, thanks so much.
Yep.
We've got an investigative team in California right now taking a look at what's actually happening there. The reports that you are hearing sound bad? It's worse. Our exclusive reporting on that is coming soon. Defecating in public and grocery stores, for example, is repulsive, obviously. Hard to think of anything more repulsive. But is it also dangerous? We thought it might be worth asking Dr. Mark Siegel. He's a Fox medical contributor and joins us to explore the health implications of where this country is going. Dr. Siegel, thanks so much for coming on. We're repelled by this. Should we be worried about it also?
Yes, we should. And isn't it ironic that a city of germaphobes, of exercise conscious, environmental conscious...
Environmentalists! Right.
Environmentalists...
Exactly.
Are now in a city that's awash in human waste, which is spreading hepatitis A, outbreaks every year, big outbreaks of hepatitis A, rats in the streets, feeding off of the garbage and sewage, typhus, typhoid fever, bacterial infections, and even the plague may be coming. Now, what's really ironic here is they have a poop control that goes around, 6 highly paid individuals in San Francisco, according to the Chronicle, that go around trying to clean up the streets. $65 million was spent last year trying to clean up the streets. But the homeless have nowhere to go. And what about shelters? The governor of California has been asked repeatedly, what about building temporary shelters? And they're not being built. So as a result, you have the sewage, you have the feces, and you end up with all of these health issues. This is a public health emergency. It's a disgrace in San Francisco.
I mean, you're already hearing accounts of people getting infections for which we really don't have antibiotics because it's just such a septic environment. What will it take, do you think, to get public health authorities, to shut this down?
They only do it one disease at a time. Like in 2017, the governor called it a public health emergency in the state of California because of hepatitis A. But he wouldn't put it together with the homeless problem. It's becoming medieval diseases resurfacing in California. And here's the other thing that's even worse. It's not just the homeless population, right? People track through those neighborhoods. They get the poop on their shoes, and then they bring it to other neighborhoods, and then the diseases spread to other neighborhoods. So to actually solve this problem, again, we have to offer bathroom facilities in temporary shelters, get cots, get food. This is what we did in New York City at Bellevue Hospital, by the way. This is what has to happen in California. This is what HUD Secretary Ben Carlson wants. This is what I want. It's the only way to avoid a burgeoning health emergency.
And the people in charge should be banned from ever running anything ever again. Ever. Gavin Newsom? What a joke.
The only people that should be allowed to remain are the poop control. That's it.
That's exactly right. I mean, this is the most basic responsibility of a society. But
clean your streets.
For sure. Doctor, thank you so much.
Thanks, Tucker.